Hey, what's up guys? This is your boy Sasuke Uchiha back with another video. This is your favorite deck, my favorite deck. Guys, this is the most underrated deck of Yu-Gi-Oh! Which is, of course, the Abyss Actors. Guys, an updated version. Um, I want to give huge shoutouts right now before I forget, guys. I want to give huge shout out to my parents for supporting me in making my channel and, of course, supporting me with all the love and support that they've given me. I want to give a shout out to my girlfriend for helping me get certain cards for this deck. I want to give a shout out to Mark Sanchez for helping me get the core of this deck as well. Huge shout out to my girlfriend for also supporting me in my decisions, and of course for being there for me when I need her the most. Go check out her channel too, guys. I will try to leave a link down below, assuming that I remember, which most likely I will try to remember. Guys, I also want to give a huge shout out to my friend Ruben Gonzalez for helping me get the engine that I'm sighting at the moment, which I will be showcasing after the extra deck. And guys, I want us, if you guys have this guy as a contact, if anyone has this guy for a contact, or if anyone actually has him or knows of his channel, guys, I want you guys to go to one of his videos or find him on Facebook or something and literally tell him that I said thank you for actually showcasing this deck to me before, because he kind of did promise me the deck once, though he got rid of it because he did it for a noble cause. Someone needed a deck. They wanted a really good deck, one that was underrated, something that no one would have expected. And of course, he gave them the deck of the Abyss Actors, which originally he promised to throw my way if at some point, but never got the chance to. He's also the reason why I have this Slifer mat, which is actually a very sweet mat for me, guys. Okay, let's get into this deck list because I don't want any other interruptions. I've tried to film this video this is my second time trying to film this video, and it literally pissed me off because an alarm went off for me, and I literally, this video just cut. I was already at 19 minutes, already done with the monsters. But let's get into this. Guys, if you want to know what all these monsters do, the ones that I haven't already explained, I will be telling you guys what they do. But guys, other than that, just check out my other videos and you guys will see what these monsters do. So for now, we are running 3 Wild Hope. Wild Hope you always want to see in your opening hand, or in your second hand, which is a very good card for its float effect. We do have 3 Leading Lady. Leading Lady allows, well, let's just do a little cap on their effects. Wild Hope, upon destruction, searches an Abyss Actor monster from your deck. Leading Lady, whether in the 3 Leading Lady, whether in the monster zone. While in the monster zone, you get to set 1 Abyss script from your deck to the field, and of course, you take damage or your opponent takes damage while in the monster zone. She essentially gets the ability to drain one of your opponent's monster's attack by the damage that the person took. Also occurs in her pendulum effect, whether you add an Abyss Actor monster with attack equal to or less than the attack that you would have taken, you can make your opponent's monster lose that attack, or you could add an Abyss Actor pendulum monster with attack equal to or less than the damage. The spicy tech of every pendulum deck, which is actually a main card that you always want to see in this deck, the card that helps out with getting out Elektra a lot faster in every condition. Guys, this is of course 3 Abyss Actor, Curtain Raiser, once per duel, while in your pendulum scale, you can essentially just special summon this card from your pendulum zone, and that's just a once per duel effect. While the only card on the field, it gains an additional 1100 attack points. Not only that, but mill 1 of your Abyss scripts, and you get to add an Abyss Actor monster from your extra deck back to your hand. Last of the 3 ofs, we do run 3 Superstar. Superstar negates everything, prevents your opponent from activating anything when no more special summoned. Not only that, but set once per turn, set an Abyss script from your deck to the field Very good. One Madonna. Madonna's effect, Pendulum effect, allows you to pay 1,000 life points. Search out an Abyss Actor Pendulum monster from your deck. Add it to your hand. You cannot activate anything. You cannot special summon any monsters except for You cannot special summon any monsters except for a Pendulum Abyss Actor monsters for the rest of this turn. Also, you cannot add a Madonna by her own effect. Monster effect, she gains 1,000 attack for each Abyss Script spell in your graveyard, so which actually makes use of Curtain Raiser's effect to mill. And then not only that, but every time when a Pendulum monster you control would be destroyed by battle, you get a special summon this card. Not only that, but if also second effect is when an Abyss Script spell or trap card is active. When an Abyss Script spell card or effect is activated, you can special summon one level 4 or lower Abyss Actor Pendulum monster from your deck, but return it to the hand during the end phase. One evil heal for essentially draining your opponent's monster's attack by 1,000 for each face-up Abyss Actor Pendulum monster you control. And then, of course, when it destroys an opponent's monster, you get to set one Abyss Script card from your graveyard. Very good. One Sassy Rookie, mainly because when it is destroyed, when you have it in your scale, you get to destroy it, protect your Abyss Actor monsters. Then effect, when it's destroyed in your Pendulum scale, you get to target one level 4 lower monster your opponent controls and essentially just destroy it. Not only that, but in the monster zone, if it is destroyed by battle or card effect, if it is destroyed by battle or by card effect, you can special summon one level 4 lower Abyss Actor monster from your deck except for itself. Also, the first time it would be destroyed by battle or by card effect, it is not destroyed each turn. One extras for setting up your Pendulum scales a little bit faster. That's all we really use it for. Nothing actually out of the ordinary. We do use one Funky Comedian for its pendulum scale. One Trendy Understudy for its scale, then Pendulum effect to actually every time you Pendulum summon a monster or monsters, you get to add one face-up level 1 or 8 Abyss Actor Pendulum monster from your extra deck back to your hand, which is essentially, which I can't even speak right now. Sorry guys, which is essentially good. And of course, you also get the ability when it's in the monster zone and you have 2 Abyss Actor Pendulum monsters in your scales, you actually get to tribute this card from your main monster zone and special summon a level 1 or 8 Abyss Actor Pendulum monster. Last Abyss Actor monster we use is Comic Relief. The reason why we're running Comic Relief is because we usually place him in the scale. Normal, low attack monster, your opponent has the highest attack effect. Essentially, swap the 2 monsters, destroyed, effective Electromite, draw. And then its monster effect is pretty good for making space on the board because it allows you to give control of your opponent's control of that monster to your opponent, and then destroy one of your own Abyss Script spell or traps. One set Abyss Script spell. Of course, we do use 2 Gate Zeros in place of the 2 Madonnas. You don't really need to know what Gate Zero does because all we really use it for is the 0 scale, unless we actually use it to bring out some of the fusion monsters from the extra deck. We do run 1 DD Orthros, like in all my other Abyss Actor deck profiles. We use the DD Orthros for synchro summoning. Sorry for this card's condition beforehand, but guys, we do use 1 Destrudo mainly for recycling our tuner, and of course synchroing for level 7s or level 8s, which makes all the more. That's all for the monsters. I don't know exactly how many monsters there are, but I can tell you it's probably more than half of the deck. Like, if we compare, yeah, it's way more than half of the deck, guys. So, in a sense, I would have to say at least 21 monsters or so. I don't know. Either way, let's get into the spells and prevent this video from dragging on too long. We do run the 3 Abyss script, Rise of the Abyss King, essentially Raigeki of the deck. For every face-up Abyss, face-up attack position, Abyss actor monsters you control destroy that many face-up cards your opponent controls. And of course, when destroyed while having a face-up Abyss actor pendulum monster in the extra deck, you actually get the ability to add 2 Abyss actor or Abyss scripts from your deck to the field, to the hand. Sorry. 2 Abyss Daemons, Abyss script Abyss Daemons, mainly for recycling your Abyss scripts from the graveyard. Not only that, but also to spam the field with Abyss actor monsters while face down. When destroyed, being face down. Sadly, guys, we only have 2 of the field spell. We are waiting for the 3rd one. So, we have 2 Fantastic Theater. Fantastic Theater, reveal 1 Abyss script and 1 Abyss actor, and add an Abyss script with a different name than the one revealed. Not only that, but you also get the ability to, for every time your opponent would activate a monster effect, this effect changes it to destroy one set, like, as long as you control a pendulum summon Abyss actor pendulum monster, any monster effect that activates on your opponent's side of the field becomes destroy 1 set spell or trap card your opponent controls, which we need 1 more of that card. So guys, if you can help me get 2 more Mellow Madonnas and the Fantastic Theater, then guys, thank you so much. We do run 1 Romantic Terror for the ability to return, like, say you place a Abyss actor pendulum monster in the wrong column and you need that column for a special summon, and you have an Abyss actor pendulum monster in your extra deck, essentially effect return that one to your hand, special summon the one from your extra deck, and then pop off on the extra deck summon that you require. We do have, of course, oh wait, I forgot to mention its other effect. Of course, while set face down, if this set card in its owner's possession, in its owner's control, is destroyed by an opponent's card effect, while you have a face-up Abyss actor pendulum monster in your extra deck, you can set any number of Abyss script spells directly from your deck. So essentially, your opponent gets duped into destroying this card. You can naturally set all 3 Abyss script, Rise of the Abyss King, activate 1, destroy, activate the 2nd one, destroy, activate the 3rd one, destroy, and then essentially just pop off on more effects. We do have, for draw power, guys, we have actually 4 cards for this. We have 1 Opening Ceremony for when your opponent destroys it while set, so you dupe your opponent into attacking it, or force your opponent into attacking it because of Romantic Terror, not Romantic Terror, Fantastic Theater, which helps out even more, but also, this card helps you gain life points. And then, of course, for the extra draw power, we do run 3 Allure of Darknesses, draw 2, banish 1 dark monster. Don't have a dark monster to banish? Oh well, there goes your entire hand. Do take note, guys, we do not run any traps in this deck. Okay, so guys, next we run 2 Terraforming to search out your Romantic Terror. Of course, this is semi-limited, so we have the correct amount. So, and all you really need for Terraforming is actually 2. You don't really need 3 in any deck that I see. Like, as far as I'm concerned, you run. Of course, it's personal preference, but guys, running 2 is technically all you need, because you don't want to see too much of Terraforming in your hand, because it just becomes cloggy and too bricky. We do have 1 Hey Tornade for knocking all your opponent's spells and traps back to their hand that are on the field, so your opponent has something that you know could potentially screw you over. So say like any of the Solemn cards, or any of the other cards, guys. This card essentially helps out with that. We do have an Ultra Polymerization. Ultra Poly we are running mainly because, well, we pulled it fresh out of the tin, which was really, really good luck, guys. And I'll show you another card that I pulled out of the tin. But, guys, Pay 2,000 life points, fusion summon one fusion monster from your extra deck using 2 monsters you control as fusion material. Neither player can activate cards or effects in response to this card's activation. You can banish this card from your graveyard, then target one fusion monster that was fusion summoned with this card's effect. Special summon all fusion materials for its fusion summon from your graveyard, but change their attack and defense to 0. Also, they have their effects negated. So you use 2 oddeyes monsters, or Starving Venom Fusion Dragon, and of course oddeyes Vortex Dragon to fusion summon for oddeyes Venom Dragon, then just effect banish, special summon the 2 back to the field. Their attack and defense become 0, but their effects are not negated. Oh no, never mind, their effects are negated, screw that. But no, still, you get an overlay for the, overlay again, and then, like, exes, and then properly bring out oddeyes Vortex Dragon again. And in that part, that's when oddeyes Vortex Dragon's effect and attack and defense become back to normal. So guys, that is the main deck. That is the original 40 card deck of my Abyss Actor deck. I hope you guys liked the main deck. Now let's move on to the extra deck. Let's put that on top of there. Okay guys, starting off with the extra deck, we run this in a sequence of the newest, well, technically the oldest type of extra deck summoning at the top of the deck, at the top of the extra deck, and then the newest type at the bottom. So literally it's like that, guys. I have it all color coded. So we do run 1 Underclock Taker mini, of course, drain your opponent's monster's attack. Based on the attack that this card, based on the I'm sorry guys, that is, okay, there we go. So, essentially just target, oh my freaking god guys, I am terribly sorry, I hate the mold on these sleeves. I know I should have cleaned these before, but I was like legit running out of time, and I had already lost 1 day, and I didn't want to lose another. So guys, essentially this card, you can target 1 face-up monster this card points to, and 1 face-up monster your opponent controls. The opponent's target loses attack equal to the attack of the target this monster points to until the end of this turn. So that's actually a pretty good effect, guys. I was really skeptical of this card, and then once my friend JP, huge shout out to him by the way, told me the use of this card, I was just like, well hell, I'm gonna run it in this deck, see how well it runs. And it actually runs pretty well, but still I'm gonna keep it in the deck. But the next card, I'm debating on whether switching out for Saryuja Dreadskull or Borolo Dragon, which of course the next card is, of course, our Proxy Dragon. Proxy Dragon, essentially, if a card of cards you control would be destroyed by battle or by card effect, you can destroy one of your monsters this card points to instead. So I guess that is good for saving your Electromite's hide, but still, like, I see it as a side deck card, not too much of a main deck. Now guys, I'm still so happy to see this finally in my hands. You guys know how many times I've been proxying this card. You guys know how stressful it was to actually not see this card, how much it actually got me down, knowing that I was always turned down by my friend who didn't want to trade. But guys, now I have it. It's finally in my hands. We have the real heavy metal foes Electromite. Damn, son, look at that. Guys, I'm just too happy with this card. If this card is link summoned, you can add 1 pendulum monster from your deck to your extra deck. Once per turn, you can target 1 other face-up card you control, destroy it, and then add 1 face-up pendulum monster from your extra deck to your hand. If this card is in your pendulum zone, if card or cards in your pendulum zone leaves the field, draw 1 card. You can only use this effect of heavy metal foe Electromite once per turn. Guys, I've been searching for this card for so long. I've been trying to get my hands on it. No one would throw me a spare. Everyone back then when they were saying, oh, it's like $80 or $30, I'm just like, well, I'm sorry for my cussing, but guys, I was like, shit. Like, I can't believe it's that much. I wish it would go down in price. I was like literally praying and begging for it to go down in price, but guys, I finally got it. We do have one Zephyr Metaltron for extra link summoning, mainly to open more for your main monster zone. And of course, that actually helps out tremendously. And of course, for banishing and making room on the field. Going into our Exes, we have one Castel. We use Castel as a filler, but it still has a good effect. You can detach one Exes material from this card, then target one face-up monster on the field. Change it to face-down defense position. If you can also detach 2 Exes material from this card, then target one face-up monster on the field. Shuffle it into the deck. You can only use one. You can only use one Castel Skyblast, the Skyblaster Musketeer effect per turn, and only once that turn. So guys, that is actually a pretty good effect. Of course, a little outdated because of link summoning, but still a really good effect. We do run one Supreme King Dark Rebellion, mainly because this card is too good to ignore. Let me back up a bit, guys, because like this thing's moving all the time and it's like literally starting to tick me off. So this card, if you're running a deck that has a lot of level 4 Dark Pendulum monsters, you cannot help want to run this card. This card is a really good card to use in this deck. So guys, let me show you guys its effect. Let me read you guys its effect, and the only one that actually matters at that. Okay, so if this, once per turn before damage calculation, if this card battles an opponent's monster, you can detach 1 Xyz material from this card. Then, until the end of this turn, change the attack of that face-up opponent's monster to 0, and if you do, this card gains attack equal to the original attack of that opponent's monster. That is tremendous. That is tremendous, guys. You cannot help but not run that. Because like it's an upgrade version of the original Dimensional Dragon, Dark Rebellion Xyz Dragon. Next, we run 2 oddeyes Absolute Dragon, mainly for negation of attacks, special summoning your extra deck oddeyes monsters, and of course for bringing back your oddeyes monsters from the grave. That's all we really run them for. I am thinking about trading those out, like tossing those out for oddeyes Rebellion Dragon and oddeyes Raging Dragon. Next, we run one number 11 Big Eye, mainly because Big Eye is your monster for snatching your opponent's monsters, and essentially it just annihilates. Like, you snatch your opponent's best monster, it just annihilates your opponent so bad. Like, your opponent will be like, what the hell, man, I can't get it back whatsoever. My friend JP thought it was BS. He thought it should have been banned or limited. But guys, who's gonna ban or limit number 11 Big Eye? It hasn't been banned or limited. Guys, I tried to get my hands on this card for so long too. I actually got it because of my friend Ruben Gonzalez, which a good shout out to him again. Of course, again, this is the last time in this video that I will be giving shout outs. Again, shout out to Ryder Kane, my parents, my brothers, to Mark Sanchez, Ruben Gonzalez, to my friend JP, to my girlfriend. Guys, go check out her channel. Absolutely amazing AMVs, guys. Absolutely, like, guys, you gotta love her. Moving on, we actually do have one Red Eyes Flare Metal Dragon, which actually does bring me to one more shout out, guys. Why do I keep on forgetting him? Big shout out to my friend Juan Gonzalez. Guys, if you guys ever see him or ever meet him, literally become friends with him, guys. He is one of the coolest dudes I've ever met. All my friends and family are actually cool people, very good friends, and very good people to actually make acquaintance with. But moving on, guys, we actually do use this card because cannot be destroyed by card effects while it still has material. So unless you actually get rid of its material, it cannot be destroyed by card effects. And then, of course, while it has excess material, each time your opponent activates a card or effect, inflict 500 damage to your opponent immediately after it resolves. So your opponent activates a monster effect immediately 500. Raigeki, 500. Soul Charge, he pays his life points to gain the he pays his life points to special summon monsters. Effect 500, he pops off on those monsters' effects that he brought back. Effect another 500 for each time he activates something, another 500. That card has been like a really, really good tech card for any deck that can hit it. One oddeyes Meteor Burst Dragon, because in case we actually need to, we actually have that backup for the only fusion pendulum monster that we actually have in the extra deck. Of course, one Supreme King Clearwing, mainly because your Supreme King Clearwing essentially, when it's synchro summoned, destroy all face-up monsters your opponent controls. Once per turn before damage calculation. If this card battles an opponent's monster, you can destroy that monster, and if you do, inflict damage to your opponent equal to the destroyed monster's original attacks. So that's like extra damage, and then your opponent's own monster's attacks. So say your opponent has 20. Say your opponent has like 2400 attack. He takes 100 damage plus the 24 that he's taken, so it's almost like he took the exact attack that you've actually dealt him. One Ignister Prominence, the Blasting Draco Slayer. Guys, this card is a tech card in every pendulum deck that can hit him. And essentially, it's a really good card to add to your effect, guys. If you need to, pause right now because I am not reading its effect this time around. But guys, if you need to, pause the video right now. Read the effect, and guys, if anything, screenshot this, tag me on Instagram, Facebook, leave a comment down below with it. Guys, I want you guys to like spam me with this card here. If anything, this card is the one that I want you guys to spam me with, but there's another card that I will ask you guys to spam me with later on in this video. And if you need to, make a meme out of this. Make a meme out of Ignister Prominence, the Blasting Draco Slayer, and then tag me in on it on Instagram and or Facebook. And guys, all you have to do to look for me is, of course, Angel Cavazos. That's all you need to look up. You will find me. Essentially, I'm the only one there, the only Angel Cavazos with the Rena shotting gun on both eyes, and then a Rena shotting gun on my forehead. That's the only way you can find me. We do run one, moving on, we do run one oddeyes Vortex Dragon, guys. I want to get the ultimate rare, because I find that one a little bit better, or at least a secret rare. But either way, moving on. Of course, this card, every time it's summoned, every time this card is special summoned, essentially just bounce one of your opponent's monster back to his hand. And of course, during either player's turn, when a spell, card, or another monster's effect is activated, shuffle one face-up pendulum monster from your extra deck back into the deck. Then negate the activation, and if you do, destroy it. Yeah, your opponent freaking activates Solemn Strike, effect, shuffle, negate, destroyed. Shit, he's gone. Then we do have Starving Venom Fusion Dragon, guys. The reason why we run Starving Venom Fusion Dragon is mainly because the moment that he is destroyed from the field, essentially just nuke your opponent's special summon monsters. Then we have the last extra deck monster, which is Oddeyes Venom Dragon. This card is essentially good. We use it for snatching our opponent's attack and their monster's name, effect, and so forth. And of course, guys, if anything, this card, when it's destroyed, just special summon one of your extra deck your Pendulum Zone monsters, and then special summon one monster from your Pendulum Zone, then place this card in your Pendulum Zone, and then after that, you just get to use, like, successfully synchro summon your oddeyes Meteor Burst, or special summon your oddeyes Meteor Burst, then effective Meteor Burst, special summon your oddeyes Venom Dragon back to the field, and essentially you just pop off on some good effects. Well, that's all for the extra deck, guys. Moving on to the side deck, guys. The side deck is technically an engine that we're running, so I won't go into too much detail. We start off with 3 oddeyes Pendulum Dragon. Essential for this engine, we are siding the oddeyes engine, guys, but with a little bit of the Supreme Kings in there. We do side 3 Dark Worms. We are siding 3 Sky Irises. Two oddeyes Fusions. But guys, these next 3 cards are not a part of the engine, so please don't ask about that. We are siding 2 Bottomless Trap Holes and 1 Floodgate, mainly Floodgate from preventing your opponent from link summoning, and Bottomless from preventing your opponent from bringing out high attack monsters. And then, of course, the card that I want you guys to spam me with the most, guys. The one that is one of my most favorite cards. My favorite dragon of all. And I'm sorry, Blue Eyes, but you're going to have to make way for Supreme King Zark. Upon this card's special summon, your opponent's entire field is nuked. Like, right there and then. Nuked. He can't do shit for it. Yeah, that's how bad it is. And then, of course, if this card is in your pendulum scale, your opponent's Fusion, Synchro, and Xyz monsters that they currently control cannot activate their effects while on the field. And then, of course, once per turn, when your opponent adds cards from their deck to their hand, essentially just draw, except during the draw phase, essentially destroy those cards. Well, guys, before I go off, guys, screenshot this card, guys. I want you guys to pause the video right now, screenshot it, tag me on Instagram and Facebook. If you need to, make a meme out of it using me in it, guys. If anything, go crazy with the screenshotting of this card. That's all I'm gonna say, guys. Okay, so guys, that was my recap. Well, that was my updated version of my pure build.